Hello, welcome to today's podcast of the Weapons of War episode. Uh, as usual, I'm your host, Eden Chironde, but today I wanted us to look at the main news last week. And the main news last week was the major headline that I saw from New Vision. Stated that was on Thursday, June 4th. I stated that Bank of Uganda sets cash withdrawal limits. Bank of Uganda sets cash withdrawal limits, and this was on Thursday, and also it was published on the Bank of Uganda social media pages. And here is the statement. The statement read introducing over-the-counter cash withdrawal limits as part of the financial sector's e-payments strategy and in alignment with global trends, Bank of Uganda will introduce over-the-counter cash withdrawal limits effective 1st January 2027. This is in line with the shift towards electronic settlement, which the Bank of Uganda has observed, characterized by consumer preferences for electronic credit transfers. Of course, they are saying that individual accounts, the cash withdrawal limit will be 50 million per day. Weekly, it will be to 50 million. For corporate and business accounts, the daily cash will be 500 million and weekly it will be 2.5 billion. Now, they said the above limit do not apply to digital payment channels such as the real-time gross settlement systems and the electronic fund transfers. And they said to facilitate, a smooth transfer into this policy, there will be a public awareness campaign from January 1st, 2026. Starting next month, they're going to get on a campaign to educate the public about the good of this of this move. But I'll tell you the truth that this is what we've been talking about here for quite some time. The move is about the move towards a cashless agenda. The move towards the cashless agenda is a move into a digital prison. And the digital prison is such that they want us to move away from cash to some sort of digital options. And yes, here they are talking about digital options, like in this statement where they talked about, mobile money growth. Mobile money payments have continued to grow, averaging 25% of transactions annually since financial year 2020-2021. That's what they're talking about. So they're in this speak today, they are talking about us moving towards any digital options, mobile money. There could be any online platforms, there could be the visas, there could be online banking options. They want us to move to any sort of digital options, to move away from cash. Why? Because I think 2024 or 2024 or 25, when they are talking about how it's becoming very expensive to maintain cash. That at the time, I think maintaining cash was reaching about 20 billion Ugandan shillings to maintain a cash economy. So they're like to cut such costs. I mean, they needed to shift the economy towards a digital options. And they said that maintaining the cash economy was becoming expensive because Ugandans are not good at handling cash. Like we handle cash like it's not our own, handle it like rubbish. You want to squeeze the note and put it in your pocket or your bag or whatever place you keep it in. So they came up with that idea that, to reduce the cost of maintaining a cash economy, let us move towards, um, digital platforms. But also here they talk about global trends. Due to global trends, alignment with the global trends, the Bank of Uganda is opting for these electronic funds, a movement towards the digital options. But that's the lie, however well they want to package it. One, at least they agree that it's a global trend, but it's a global trend into a prison. A prison how? That while they're talking about all these digital options, at the end of the day, we are going to have only one option, and that's the central bank digital currency. All central central banks across the world are almost aligned towards this agenda, introduction of a central bank digital currency. How bad will it be? this is how bad it will be, and I've spoken about this over and over, is that all these other digital platforms they are talking about, the mobile monies of this world, will be collapsed. While now they are pushing us into the digital platforms, a time is going to come where they'll all be collapsed, and then they'll be pushing us into this one option, the central bank digital currency. So all of us, you'll not be having Airtel money. Someone has MTN Momo. Someone has whatever digital platform they are on. No, we shall all be on one platform, and that's the central bank digital currency, CBDCs. And the danger in that, besides the control given and authority given to that entity that will be overseeing our transactions and in charge of that platform, because they will have the ability to switch you on and off. Besides that, is the ability to program that money, that they'll be able to program our money, whereby they can decide for you that because we are fighting this, because we are against climate change, and therefore we need to cap the use of fossil fuels, diesels and petrols of this world, we cap the number of liters you can buy on at a petrol station per month. We can say that those with fuel cars or diesel cars, you can only access 10 liters of fuel per month, no matter who you are, unless you are an essential worker. How do they achieve that? They just program your money. They just program your account, and this account can only buy 10 liters of fuel per month. Beyond that, you can't buy. You see, because we are fighting what? Climate change. Another way that they are going to exploit central bank cryptocurrencies is the introduction of social credit system. How will that work? That social credit system will work in such a way that if you don't agree to their agendas, you'll be locked out of your account or you'll be punished in one way or another by locking you out of certain services. How? So, for example, if they're shouting Ebola, 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 and so no, Ebola is not that big. It has been here before. It has been, and you are their agenda or counter their narrative, or you don't agree to it entirely. They can say, oh, what did this one say on social media? They said this wasn't true. They said COVID was a hoax. They said that Ebola is not exactly as big as one to make it. Then they can say, now you cannot buy data for an entire month. You are locked out of data. Or you cannot, if you're a frequent flyer, they can say, now you are not flying out of the country for 12 months. In fact, for you, you cannot even buy the 10 liters of fuel were allocated for you per month. How do they do that? They just program your money. They just program your account that it cannot access certain things. That's the social credit system. So you are punished that way, or you are also rewarded that way. Those who adhere and they are obedient to every agenda that is rolled out, those ones are even rewarded. Are you getting it? So that's the system we are getting to. We are getting to a digital concentration camp. And this is a move towards that. This so-called cash withdrawal limits. I know at least media covered it, but the danger to it is that there's no uproar, there's no debate about it, there's no discussion about it. Why? Perhaps two things. People are ignorant about the far-reaching impacts of this move. They are ignorant about it. And two, the others may think, no, anything to do with cash withdrawal limits, that's for the likes of Anita Among and their cronies. They are going for them. They don't want them to access cash because they may involve themselves in anti-government activities. Therefore, I'm not the target of that policy. I mean, when they say 50, the cap is 50 million with cash per day. Some of you even can be like, I've never even owned 10 million. Will I get 50 million? That's for those other people. That's for those other people that the government is targeting. Or others may say it's targeting the civil society. Those are the people that are always anti-government, talk about corruption, and so they want to curb those ones. Others may say maybe it's no, maybe it's political, maybe they're targeting, political figures and political parties. This is coming for you, the individual. This is and it's just another step towards the introduction of the central bank digital currency, the digital prison where they want us all to be. And when it's finally introduced, which steps we've talked about, there are at March 2024, they had the stakeholders, workshop on central bank digital currencies. I think the same year, the release, the following year, they released the report, the first report on the central bank digital currencies. The move towards the central bank, the final report, it was released already, and there are recommendations to start a pilot. You get, and the deputy governor has been all over talking about the central bank digital currency, saying that the world is moving towards that side. So also, as we should move, they have talked about global moves. This move is global, but does not originate from Uganda. It's not our original idea. These ideas are coming from way above Uganda. IMF, World Bank, World Economic Forum, way above us. And those are the people that will be in control of this, of our accounts here. They're the ones that will be deciding what you can buy and what you can't buy, why you should even buy it, how far can you go. They can program your account that your account can only work within this jurisdiction. If you move past that jurisdiction, your account can't work. Those are the 15-minute cities that you're hearing about. How will they be able to achieve that? They just program your account. The way accounts are programmed today, accounts are programmed such that they can decide for you that for your maximum withdrawal of the ATM is perhaps 2 million per day, or 2 million per withdrawal, all per day you can withdraw up to 10. They can set such limits. You get. But now this is going to come for us in form of a social credit system, depending how you behave. If you are anti, for you are punished financially. If you are pro, you could be rewarded here and there. And if you think you will escape to your friends, to your family, and they help you to help you with money here, please remember that during this COVID era here, it's family and friends that were reporting, family and friends. Hey, this one here is not putting on a mask. This one here has no social distancing. This one, so that will be the same case. People will be policing others, and those who police well will be rewarded. You get. So, but this is the menu that I saw coming through last week, that Bank of Uganda sets cash withdrawal limits. So please make as much noise as possible, influence those around you, tell them about this. For more on this, I can provide as many links as possible. I've talked about this widely, but this is the latest developments towards that evil agenda, the evil agenda that seeks to put us into a digital concentration camp, financial digital concentration camp, where they'll be able to monitor each and every transaction, and not only monitor, but dictate how we use our money, when to use our money, on what products and services to use our money. Then your money, all our money, will become potential money, because the use of our money will not entirely depend on how much we have on our bank accounts, but on the dictates and on the whims of those in authority. If they decide that, okay, you have your 100 million, but you are not going to be able to use it because you said ABCD, so you can only access 10 million. Yes, that's it. The use of your money, so your money becomes potential money. That's the system they want to introduce. Let us wake up. This headline, Bank of Uganda sets cash withdrawal limits, is screaming, and it's an indicator of where, again, they are heading. The introduction of the evil central bank digital currencies. That's the means of punishment and reward. Punish you by a few, by locking you out of the account, and you can't access anything. And imagine without cash. Today, if your bank account has issues or mobile money has issues, most cases Ugandans have a bit of cash on them. When you have a bit of cash, you continue not to live your life. But when you don't have cash, you're buggered. It's done. It's game over. Of course, they will frame much of the debate or discussion around this will be framed around cybersecurity, infrastructure development. What about financial literacy, the people in the villages? What about that? It's going to be discussed around those, parameters, none or very few will go to the far-reaching effects of this move, which is a financial digital concentration camp meant to control, hand over the control and dictate of our money to global bureaucrats. Not even Bank of Uganda. Bank of Uganda is just being dictated to. These are not ideas of Bank of Uganda. Bank of Uganda is just an announcer. It's being dictated to and what to do. So then the people in charge will be bureaucrats seated far above Uganda. The ones to determine what you can buy here in Uganda. So don't allow this to be dictated around financial, whatever, cyber security, inclusion. What about my mother in the village? What about our internet penetration here, the network penetration? No, they're lying. It's not about that. And it's not even about inclusion. The thing is, what we need to know that whenever there is a move to curtail choice, just know that move is evil. Why can't we have choice that the cashless platforms and the cash both coexist? Why is there a push towards cashless and demonizing cash? Whenever there is a push towards cashless, just a move towards just one direction only and removing choice, that's an evil move. And while they are moving us into all these digital platforms, their ultimate goal is to centralize all finances into one place, into one platform, the central bank digital currencies. Centralize it there, centralize it for what? Not to simply monitor you and plan for you and to see, the size of the economy by looking at all the activities because cash is opaque. No, those are not the arguments. Monitor and control you. It's about control. It's a control system. So that's it for today. We may continue the discussion on this later in the other podcast, but I thought this was something worthy of noting, that the move towards the central bank digital currency has taken another step. Bank of Uganda has set cash withdrawal limits starting 1st January 2027. That's it for today.